In this video, I will show you how to build better AI products by optimizing your large language model usage with AI Gateway. AI Gateway is a powerful centralized tool for controlling and understanding your LLM API requests. I will go through the 4 reasons why this tool exists and what problems it solves one by one. The first reason is to better understand the real usage of your LLM requests. Maybe you are building a workflow with N8N. Maybe it has sub-workflows, chained LLM requests. In production, you give it unpredictable data. Unless a specific AI agent throws an actual error, if there is just some weird generated output or a random burst of requests which you only realize after seeing the invoice from your LLM provider, it could become very difficult to find out what went wrong in which execution, or that something went wrong in the first place, which is even worse. Maybe you are building an app with code. Again, you have chained LLM requests. Different parts of the app make different calls. Let's say you want to reuse a prompt that you tried 2 days ago for a request because the current one gives you a bad result. How do you find it? Maybe it's an app which real users can use and directly or indirectly initiate LLM requests. Hopefully, your users care enough to give you feedback about what went wrong for them. But then again, debugging those issues can be very difficult. Probably, you also want to see which requests are made how often, how many tokens they consume. If you care about performance, how long the LLM takes to give your users an answer. For all that, a powerful logging solution is extremely helpful. And that's what you can see here in the AI Gateway dashboard. Relevant graphs, powerful filters, and you can inspect every request one by one. You have here the requests, you click, and you see everything. You see the prompts and the response. You can also inspect the raw request data. And note how there is a small IDE : news badge here, which symbolizes a tag. Tags are an essential concept of AI Gateway and make requests better discoverable and identifiable. So let's say I wanted to filter by some specific tag, and you can also filter by models and costs and anything else. You see how the graphs adapt to the filter. And then if we go down here, you can see how I've made a request with this prompt, which gave me with these input images and this output image. And then you can see how I went here and I tried another prompt, again with the same images, and I got a different result. So going back and forth and debugging and looking what goes wrong or right and what prompt works best is really easy with this. The second reason to use AI Gateway is to understand the cost of your LLM requests. This is simply a powerful cost aggregation and visualization in charts in and real time based on your chosen filters. And you get a really good idea what eats most of your budget or where you could put more budget on. You can use different tags for different workflows, projects, or even users to really visualize every single type of request, so to speak. The third reason to use AI Gateway is to control, in a direct way, limit the cost of your LLM requests. And what you have here is simply rate limiting all your requests by different scope. So you can rate limit by providers or by the models, by the tags that you're using, by tokens, and by cost. You have different time frames, and you can actually restrict any further usage. Otherwise, you will just get notified, which is very similar to platforms like Google Cloud. But since the same platform, Google Cloud, doesn't allow you to set a hard budget limit and prevent you from spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, which has happened to other people before, on LLM requests, because there's some burst or some bug which just causes a lot of requests at once. And here you can create different multiple rate limits for different workflows, projects, or even single users. So imagine you have a user subscription in your app where you provide them some amount of requests or tokens, and you can very easily programmatically create those rate limits in AI Gateway at the time when the user subscribes according to his plan. So these kind of scoped and granular or overall rate limits hopefully give you the confidence to go to sleep peacefully. The fourth reason to use AI Gateway is to understand the profitability of your LLM requests. So usually I assume you make AI requests with the intention to sell them in some way or their outcomes. So when you make a sale to anyone, to your users, customers, in any kind of form, you probably can tie those sales to a process or workflow or app that uses AI. And you can programmatically or manually create payouts here, put a tag onto them. That way you can match your requests with your payouts and see how much they brought in, how much the events cost you, and the ratio of that would be the profitability. Finally, I will show you how you can make a request through AI Gateway. So for reference, the last request we have recorded here is Uberpact, Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, and we are going to the Claude docs. We are copying the curl command, which is basically just making a request, and you would do similar things in JavaScript or Python or Java or whatever you're using. Maybe there's some wrapper library. But this is, generally speaking, the request. Hello world. And this is the URL. Now all we have to do is to prepend this with aigateway.com or whichever domain it will be in the future, and shoot a request, and it would work. For demo purposes, I'm gonna use localhost, and I also have to change the HTTPS. And now this is optional but highly recommended. You can also add tags, and you do this with the meta object like this. I'm not gonna be bothering creating new lines. So demo video, and let's say this request came from a Stripe customer. And I will also add the real API key here, which of course I will deactivate after I finish this video. I missed the slash. So here we see the response. And we also go here back to AI Gateway dashboard, reload, and here's the request that we just fired. We can inspect it. Hello world, the response, and that's basically it. We have also tied the request to the relevant tags. Thanks for watching.